My wife and I were walking yesterday. We do that 4 times a week, twice a week. I pretend like I run. But yesterday we were walking and we enjoy the time, especially when it's pretty like this. And she asked me in the middle of our walk, she's about to start teaching this Bible study on the Sermon on the Mount. And she asked me this question. She said, "Do you think when Jesus was giving the Sermon on the Mount," she says, "I know it was probably assembled together from a couple different sermons. Do you think he was giving it to his disciples, or do you think he was giving it to a larger crowd?" And I'm a professional Christian. I went to school for this. I get paid to do this. And I didn't have a really solid answer. I go, that's a really great question. So we talked and we had a great conversation about what it would have meant if he was talking to just his disciples and what it would have meant if he was talking to a larger group of people. Now, here's probably what's happening. Right now, you didn't hear anything I said for the past 1 minute and 14 seconds because you're asking yourself some questions. Why is it dark? Does Cal know that he's doing this? Is he doing this on purpose? Why would he do this? I don't get why. I don't understand. Why would he do something like this? You're asking yourself some questions because deep inside of you, that is the way that you're wired. That's the way that all of us are wired, is to ask questions. The first word we probably learn as kids is no. And the second word we learn as kids, and you've probably been around children and realized this, is why. Because we want to understand. And what good questions do is help kind of sift and clear the way so we can have a greater understanding. If you grew up like I did, you probably memorized content. State capitals, presidents, vice presidents. I still remember electron orbitals as PDF. Why would I still remember that? We remember Spanish phrases because in school and in church too, we were taught the books of the Bible and the disciples because it was about learning content so we could have the right answers. And so our faith became about knowing stuff rather than seeking. And that's what good questions do. And so what happens is when we memorize content, it's about being right. And so our faith becomes about having a better argument and a better position than someone else, than being on the journey and asking great questions. So I know you're still wondering why it's dark. Keep asking those questions. Last Sunday, we kind of started a new series. It was really the second part of a 3-part series where we presented 4 questions. I'm not going to go over them. If you want to see them, you can go to the app or the website to find those 4 questions. But what they were clarifying questions. When you reach forks in the road, when you reach decisions that you have to make, they were questions that you could ask that were fairly universal that would help you make a better decision. And I'm hoping that you were able to realize how important those 4 questions are, but just how important questions are in general. This Sunday, we're going to be asking the 5th question. And this 5th question is a question that defines purpose and meaning and impact that our life is supposed to have. And it's a really important question. So you're asking, well, what is it? That's a good question. I hope that you join us Sunday. Our journey is about asking questions that propel our lives to a well-formed maturity, which is what Paul talked about. And that is our goal at New Community Church. Not to give you answers, but to help you ask better questions to clarify those important decisions and the path that your life should go. So, this is it. You're not going to see me. And I hope you have a great weekend. And it won't be dark on Sunday. You will see me Sunday. Take care.